Welcome to the story of a country that bridges two continents, carries the legacy of empires, and plays a critical role in modern geopolitics. This is Turkey. From ancient ruins and Ottoman palaces to bustling bazaars and modern skylines, Turkey is a place where the past and present collide in fascinating ways. Let's dive into the heart of this nation, its people, its culture, and its place in the world. Turkey's population, sitting at over 85 million, is relatively young, with a median age around 33. But like many countries, it's slowly aging. Life expectancy here is about 78 years, with women living slightly longer than men. Healthcare access has improved a lot in the last 2 decades, especially with government reforms and private sector growth. However, regional disparities still exist. Rural areas often have fewer resources compared to the big cities like Istanbul, Ankara, or Izmir. Located at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, Turkey's geography is as diverse as its culture. With the Aegean Sea on the west, the Black Sea to the north, and the Mediterranean to the south, it's surrounded by water on 3 sides. The country shares borders with 8 nations and sits on the edge of tectonic plates, making it both a land of opportunity and occasional earthquakes. Turkey's population is over 85 million, with the majority being ethnic Turks and a significant Kurdish minority. Istanbul, although not the capital, is the largest city and a cultural powerhouse, while Ankara holds the title of capital. To understand Turkey today, we need to rewind way back. This land has seen it all. The Hittites, the Greeks, the Romans, the Byzantines, and of course the Ottomans. It's like a historical buffet. Troy was here. Yes, that Troy, from Homer's Iliad. Ephesus was a key city in ancient Rome, and the ruins still attract thousands of tourists. Byzantium, later Constantinople, was the heart of the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire. Then came the Ottoman Empire, rising in the 13th century and lasting over 600 years. It expanded across 3 continents and left behind an architectural and cultural legacy that still shapes Turkey today. After World War I, the Ottoman Empire collapsed, but Turkey wasn't done yet. In 1923, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk founded the Republic of Turkey, and things changed drastically. Atatürk introduced secularism, Western-style legal codes, and a Latin alphabet. He was determined to modernize the country fast. He banned the fez, encouraged industrialization, and empowered women with the right to vote. Even today, Atatürk remains a revered figure, and his vision still influences Turkey's national identity. Turkish culture is a rich blend of East and West. The food, legendary. Kebabs, baklava, Turkish tea, and of course coffee so strong it might predict your future. The language is Turkish, a member of the Turkic language family. And while Turkey is officially secular, about 99% of the population is Muslim, mostly Sunni. There's also a growing cultural pride among the Kurds, Alevis, and other minorities. Music, art, and literature have flourished, from the poetry of Rumi to the films of Nuri Bilge Ceylan. The call to prayer echoes through cities, blending with the honking of cars and the clatter of urban life. Modern Turkish politics are complex. Since the early 2000s, the Justice and Development Party, AKP, led by Recep Tayyip Erdogan, has dominated. First as prime minister, now as president, Erdogan has transformed Turkey's political landscape, increasing presidential powers, silencing critics, and clashing with Western allies. The 2016 coup attempt rocked the nation. Thousands were arrested and the government tightened its grip. Erdogan says it was about protecting democracy. Critics call it authoritarianism. Turkey is also a key player in NATO, despite tensions with the US and the EU. It has a complicated relationship with Russia, has intervened in Syria, and holds massive influence over the refugee flow into Europe. Turkey's economy has seen both boom and bust. Once praised as an emerging market star, the country now faces inflation, currency crises, and rising unemployment. Tourism is a vital sector. Think hot air balloons in Cappadocia, beach resorts on the Aegean, and historical wonders like Hagia Sophia. Agriculture, textiles, and defense are also big players. but economic instability and political tensions have scared off some investors. Still, Turkey's resilience and strategic location keep it in the global conversation. Turkey stands at a crossroads again. Will it lean toward authoritarianism or renew its democratic spirit? Can it fix its economy without alienating the West? Will it be a bridge between cultures or a battleground of interests? Have you ever wondered how modern-day Turkey, once the heart of the Christian Byzantine Empire, became a predominantly Muslim country? The transformation didn't happen overnight. It's a story of battles, migrations, empires, and powerful leaders that shaped the spiritual soul of a nation. Let's take a journey through time and uncover how Islam came to define one of the most strategic and historic lands on earth. Long before Islam arrived, the land we now call Turkey was known as Anatolia, and it was part of the Byzantine Empire, a Christian empire that had dominated the eastern Mediterranean for centuries. Its capital, Constantinople, now Istanbul, was one of Christianity's most important cities. Churches stood tall, monks and priests played a central role in society, and the Greek-speaking Orthodox faith was deeply rooted across the land. But things were about to change. In the 7th century, Islam was spreading fast through the Middle East. Arab Muslim armies reached the borders of Anatolia and fought the Byzantines, but they couldn't take the land fully. For centuries, Anatolia remained mostly Christian. The real change came not from Arab armies, but from the Turks. The Turkic tribes, originally from Central Asia, were nomadic warriors. Many of them converted to Islam as they moved westward. And one group in particular would change history, the Seljuk Turks. In 1071, the Seljuks defeated the Byzantine army at the Battle of Manzikert. It was a massive turning point. The gates of Anatolia opened to Muslim Turkish settlers. Over the next century, the Seljuks established a powerful empire, building mosques, Islamic schools, and turning Anatolia into a center of Islamic culture. Islam spread not only through conquest but also through trade, intermarriage, and Sufi missionary work. Bit by bit, Christianity in the region began to fade, and Islam started taking root. Then came the Ottoman Empire, born from a small Turkish principality in the 13th century. The Ottomans rose to become one of the greatest Islamic empires in history. In 1453, they did the unthinkable. They captured Constantinople, bringing an end to the Byzantine Empire. The city was renamed Istanbul, and it became the capital of a vast empire stretching across Europe, Asia, and Africa. Under the Ottomans, Islam became not just a religion, but the very foundation of the state. The Sultan was also the Caliph, the leader of the entire Muslim world. Mosques like the Blue Mosque in Suleymaniye were built. Islamic law was part of the legal system, and Islamic identity became deeply tied to Turkish culture. Fast forward to the early 20th century. After centuries of glory, the Ottoman Empire collapsed following World War I. The empire was carved up, and in 1923, a bold new leader named Mustafa Kemal Atatürk founded the Republic of Turkey. Atatürk saw religion as a private matter, not a public one. He abolished the caliphate, shut down Islamic courts, and declared Turkey a secular state. Mosques were no longer tied to the state, and the government took control of religious affairs. Islam remained in people's hearts, but its official role in politics and governance was cut off. So is Turkey still a Muslim country? Yes, very much so. Around 99% of the population identifies as Muslim, mostly Sunni, with a significant Alevi minority. While the state remains officially secular, religion still plays a huge role in daily life. Prayer calls echo across cities. Religious holidays are widely celebrated, and in recent decades there's been a visible return of Islamic values in public life, especially under President Erdogan, who has emphasized Turkey's Islamic identity more openly than past leaders. Mosques are full. Islamic TV shows are booming, and Istanbul's skyline remains crowned with minarets. So how did Turkey become a Muslim country? It was a 1,000-year journey, from Christian Byzantine stronghold to Islamic empire to secular republic. and now, a modern nation where Islam continues to shape its culture and people. Turkey is more than just a Muslim country. It's a bridge between East and West, tradition and modernity, faith and secularism. And that makes its story all the more fascinating. Enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Got questions? Leave a comment, I'm always reading.